Welcome to my channel. My name is Lija and I'm a full-time backpacker exploring this world. Today I'm diving into Jaipur's street food scene to answer one big question. Is this a foodie paradise or a recipe for disaster? I'll also be exploring Jaigarh Fort and learning to cook like a local. Stay tuned until the end to find out exactly how much I spend traveling in India. Good morning, beautiful people. This is my second day in Jaipur and I'm really excited to be here. I have a lot of things planned for today, and yesterday was a really amazing day. I fell in love with the architecture here in India, and I'm really excited for today, so stay tuned. First thing on my Jaipur agenda today is an epic street food tour. I'm about to hit these colorful streets to taste everything, from sweet treats and creamy lassis to spicy snacks and that famous masala chai they have here. Stick with me as we eat our way through Jaipur. You don't want to miss this tasty journey, so let's go. My first stop is the famous masala chai.
Over there around the globe, over there. The best thing about this gentleman is that he makes a fresh lot every time over there.
Okay.
What happens with other shops is that they just make it in the morning and then they warm it up again and then they serve it to you. But that's not the right taste.
Okay.
He waits for the orders to receive in and makes a fresh lot over there every time.
Okay. Let's try it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So have you ever tasted a masala tea before?
Yes.
And he stirs that, and that's how it is cooked properly. And when it boils and comes up till the brim, and that's the masala which goes inside, because that's called a masala tea. And the uniqueness for this gentleman and this cup of tea is that he is the only tea seller who makes it without ginger. Over there. Otherwise you would find all the tea sellers beating ginger and putting inside the tea, because ginger is a very important ingredient for the masala tea. But he never puts ginger inside because he wanted to cater the Jain community around, and Jain is a community which does not have anything which is grown underground, be it potato, garlic, onion or ginger, and hence he skipped putting ginger inside the tea. So even today the Jain community come at his shop to have his cup of tea.
Alright, time for our next stop. We're heading to the famous milk parlor. This place is a local favorite known for its incredible fresh dairy products. From creamy lassi to rich butter and tangy yogurt, they've got it all. Let's check out why everyone's raving about this place. Oh, I thought I have to eat it with the hand, that's why.
Spoon over there as well.
It tastes like butter.
Yeah, it is like butter, but it is the top froth of the butter over there. Because in India we called it ghee over there. And ghee again does not have any English name. It is called purified butter or clarified butter over there. But again, that is just a name which have been made out, but it does not have any English name over there. So that is the froth of the butter, you can say.
So this has, again, lemon. Has a lemon in it?
No, it does not have lemon. It has a tinge of cinnamons and cardamoms and a bit of salt over there as well.
That's really good.
So have you ever tasted anything like that before?
No. Butter.
Yeah.
But it's butter with condiments.
Yes.
You can have a little bit of this again. This is really good. Next stop, fried samosa. Let's see how this tastes.
Hot, so you be careful while having a bite of it because it's very freshly made again. Have you ever tasted a samosa before? No, that's your first samosa.
My first samosa. Does it have potato inside?
Yeah, it has potatoes and again fennel and cumin seeds and a bit of ginger as well over there. So a mixture of spices over there. We usually have it with the coriander sauce. Do you want a sauce for it? The coriander sauce?
I'll try.
I'll get it in the way. That's the sauce, the coriander.
That's better.
Yeah.
Wow. So right next door we stumble upon Jalebi Heaven. This spot is renowned for its crispy syrupy jalebis, a classic Indian treat that's become a true Jaipur staple.
They are frying it over there and then they will put inside the sugar syrup over there, and he's an amazing guy. He does it absolutely over there. So that's the cloth over there. They put the batter inside the cloth and the cloth is a hole below.
Yeah, I know
with which they put that inside over there, and that's a container filled with ghee over there.
Can they reuse the ghee?
Ghee?
Yeah, they reuse it.
No, they keep refilling it because you can see it is coming out in the flames and they absorb the ghee as well over there. So eventually it gets emptied out over there and then they pour it again.
I'll just try one.
It's very nice and fresh and hot as well, so take your time and enjoy it.
So this is called Jalebi.
Jalebi.
Oh wow, it's really sweet.
Yeah. Be careful of the sugar syrups dripping around.
Why does it have so much flavor? It's not just sugar.
Yeah, but it's just dipped inside the sugar syrup only, that's it, and the wheat flour and the all-purpose flour. People are riding and walking around as well.
No. Guys, I was shocked seeing people spit brown stuff around here until I learned it was from betel leaves, nature's chewing gum. They wrap it up with spices for a flavor kick, but it's definitely an acquired taste. Up next on the tasting journey,
Milk cake over there, and how you prepare the milk cake is that you heat the milk continuously. When all the water is evaporated, the solid part of the milk left behind, you add sugar to it and you cook it till the sugar gets caramelized in that brown color over there. In the same process, if you add walnut pieces to it, it is called a walnut sweet. So milk cake and walnut sweets are the two popular desserts, and this here it's called paneer over there, if you have heard of. We call it cottage cheese in English, but again it's a transferred name. It is different texture, but once chopped in pieces, it goes well with the gravy. So it's a very amazing and a very popular vegetable here in India, and it is kept on an ice cube to keep it fresh over there. So you want to taste a bite of a milk cake and the walnut sweet?
yes, please. This is good.
Good.
Tastes like caramel.
Yeah, because you heat the sugar till it gets caramelized eventually, so you can have a flavor like a caramel over there in the taste of that. And that's the milk cake.
This one's better.
Yeah, that's better than that.
So next we arrived at a legendary Lassi spot. Now Lassi isn't just any old drink here. It's like the ultimate refresher with a side of history. These creamy yogurt-based sips have been cooling down locals for ages. And get this, some of these Lassi shops here, they've been around longer than your grandparents. They serve it up in these cool clay cups that add a whole other level of flavor. And trust me, when you taste this, you're not just quenching your thirst, you're getting a mouthful of Indian culture.
That's the lassi over there for you.
Thank you.
You can eat the top layer. It is the top layer of thick yogurt or malai with the spoon, and then you
Okay.
can drink the rest of it.
Okay.
Over there. You can enjoy it over there. So that's the thick layer of yogurt or malai on the top, and then you can finish the malai, and then you can drink the rest of it over there. With a bread, breads looks like. If you want to, but it would make more spicy, and the rest I can mix it over there for you. But it is not actually a bread.
That is really spicy.
That's spicy for you over there.
But the bread is nice and fluffy.
Your bread's nice and fluffy. Usually you have a bite of it with the chickpeas, so that it gets balanced over there. So
It's really good. Alright guys, I think I just hit the jackpot with this one. Man, this stuff is no joke. Its flavor is central. The spices are like dancing in my mouth, and the bread, it's the real star of the show. So fluffy and so nice, it's like biting into a savory cloud. And the way it soaks up all those amazing flavors, if you're looking for a taste explosion, this is it.
and that's the coriander sauce. Usually, and that's called Tikki over there. So they fry them and serve it with the chickpeas again with the turmeric sauce.
Ah, yeah,
So it
okay.
is a
They
sweet
use
and
that in
sour
Thailand.
sauce. So I'll just get it over there for you.
Okay.
The previous one which we had were black chickpea. This one are the yellow chickpea.
Ah,
So
okay.
that's same but different.
Same but different.
It's a crispy patty with a chickpea. And you can
It's
have
sweet from the tamarind sauce.
tamarind sauce, exactly. And they are making it again. That's the raw potatoes. They fry it and then which makes it crispy and then serves it with the chickpea. So those are the potato patty. Flatten it up and fry that.
That's really good. Listen up, ice cream lovers. I've found something very special. Kulfi. This condensed milk ice cream is my new obsession. It's creamy, packed with pistachios, and honestly, it might be the best thing I've tasted all day.
Wow. Is it with pistachio?
Yeah. Cold, so that's why it's an ice cream. In English, the best thing is that they have a quantity already prepared. Very soon it will be sold out, so you can see the stove is on again and they are preparing the next batch.
Yes.
Over there. It's a very popular shop. They have been published in newspapers as well, time and again over there. That's how popular they are. So they are making the batter over there. The stove is on, heating up the oil because this will be sold out soon, and they are making a next batch already.
Alright guys, I've got to keep it real with you. Our last stop at this pakora and fritter stand was a bit of a letdown. The snacks were pretty disappointing, super dry and honestly not much flavor going on. And I'll be straight up, seeing the server's dirty feet while he was serving the food was, well, let's just say it was off-putting. It's a bummer to end our food tour this way, but that's how it goes sometimes. Looking back though, I had some amazing eats today, so I'm not letting this put a damper on my awesome culinary adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along for the ride.
आलू भी देना बस।
Hey guys, so I'm on my way to the stunning Jaigarh Fort. This massive red sandstone fortress is perched high up, offering incredible views of Jaipur. Stick around to explore this historic gem. We're about to dive into some serious Rajput history and architecture. I'm not sure if I'm close. This is supposed to be the biggest cannon in the world. It weighs 50 tons. Amazing. So Jaipur, as you might have noticed, is full of forts and walls, and it's a well-protected city. The reason for that is just it's located on the Silk Road, and the king had a brilliant idea of offering the tradesmen a deal. They had to pay taxes and he would protect them. So Jaipur actually had its own army. So Jaipur was such a powerful city that in 47, when India became a democratic land, was offered a deal to become its own country. But Jaipur didn't accept the deal and is now part of India. Kashmir is the only part of India except the treaty and actually wanted to become its own land in 47. That's why it's still like a gray area if it's part of Pakistan or it's part of India. Kashmir wants to be its own country. Fun fact, Jaipur still has a king. Not the king of India, it's the king of Jaipur. And he lives in the city palace. And apparently he's only 26 years old because his father passed away recently. He's supposed to be a really rich man, but they say he's really humble and nice. So the journalist that wrote about Jaipur for the first time was partially blind, and he said it's pink because terracotta wasn't as known at the time, and they didn't say anything about it. They just left it be. So Jaipur is now the pink city, although everything is terracotta. The original color of the city is yellow, but since the confusion with the pink color, the government actually comes and paints it every year. They paint the fresh color only on the main streets, not on the back streets, so the city looks nice from the outside, so to say. So it takes them a year to do it. By the time they're finished, they have to start all over. Plus, the city is made as a grid, which makes it impossible for you to get lost. It's similar to New York, for example, or Barcelona. And the king at the time assigned every street to a different occupation. For example, there's a street for like medical devices, there's a street for painters, there's a street for sewers. So it's really easy to find stuff in the city. Plus it makes it for a healthy competition. And apparently there was a study at Harvard that showed that if you put two options next to each other, the answer is already yes, you want to buy something from there, it's just which one. So people tend to buy more. But if you do not have an option, for example, there's just one vending machine that says Coca-Cola, people are not going to buy as much as if they have an option between Pepsi and Cola. So that was pretty smart. I feel like the king at the time was extremely smart, and you can actually see it. The city is well developed, and it's one of the nicest cities I've seen so far in India. I've really enjoyed my time in Jaipur. So this is the part where the king lived, and he had a great view of the city through there, and he used to have like his shows here and everything. This is a really nice part of the fort. I think it was a really nice position to be a king in that time. Hi guys! So I finally got home from my street food walking tour. I did the safest route and took a tour for this. Like, I had a guide that showed me where to eat and what to eat. Made it safer for me since I'm only staying a few days in every place. I wouldn't want to risk getting sick. Imagine being sick on an 8-hour train ride. That would be like the worst. So this is why I took the safest route, but I'm so happy I finally did it. The food was just amazing. So flavorful, just full of spices. I have no idea how they do that. It's just that they're really good with food. So that is one of the reasons to come to India. Definitely the food is definitely like top tier. I am heading now to a cooking class, so stay tuned. Alright guys, we're diving into an authentic Indian cooking class and it's gonna be amazing. We kick things off the right way with a steaming cup of chai. Then we got our hands dirty making aloo pakoda, which are crispy potato fritters, and they are to die for. Next up, we snacked on some crunchy papadum with a tasty dip. The main event was dal tadka, hearty lentils packed with flavors, and bindi, a spicy okra stir-fry that knocked your socks off. I even tried my hand on making roti dough. It's trickier than it looks. They have a saying here that if a girl can make a perfect round roti, she's ready for marriage. It's like an old school test for wifely skills. Pretty wild, right?
I want a bear.
It's like a hot air balloon.
Not so good, but it's okay.
It was fake, but we're almost there.
How is the pakora? Good.
What did you try out of it?
I love this chutney or whatever it is. Wow, it's really good. So flavorful. This is really good.
One little bit lemon.
Wow. That's so much flavor.
It's very good.
And now for my travel budget. Here's the breakdown. Internal flights were 58 euros, adding trains, buses, tuk-tuks, and the unplanned taxi ride from New Delhi to Agra. Transportation totaled 201 euros. For accommodation, I spent 103.88. Sightseeing, including entrance fees for places like the Taj Mahal, came to 88 to 65. On food, I spent 77.52 euros worth every bite. Activities like tours and experience totaled 71.30. Other expenses were 53.58, which covers like my visa charges and SEM and a little bit of shopping now and then. So in my total for 11 days in India, I spent 593 euros, which breaks down to an average daily budget of 53.90. What do you think? Comment below. Was this more or less than you expected? Next up, we're heading to the stunning island of Sri Lanka. Get ready for epic safaris, mouth-watering cuisines, and the famous 9-hour bridge. Stay tuned, this is gonna be amazing.